Good evening. This is frequency is use, or in use, as they say. This is K4PW Net Control, but I'm on Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Big surprise. I don't have one of my cameras isn't working, so you don't need to see it. There's a service in my radio. You can see that. Anyway, if the frequency is not in use, but if you have an emergency, you can always call 911. Can't do that? Tell us. We'll call it for you. Just tell us where you are. Net may be broken at any time for an emergency. Emergencies aren't moving from one house to another or dragging your car to the dealer, anything like that. Moving a set of weights up to the attic, nothing. All right. For information on the net, you can go to YouTube right now and put my call K4PEW in there, and you will see. I don't know if they call it a premiere, but you'll see it. It's a photo. The thumbnail for my channel is a picture of me and my wife when we got married. And you'll see it. If you click on that, you'll see it. All right, and you also go to 146-415 for information on Simplex. You can also go to groups.io for, you can see our, well, under MJSS, you put MJSS in their search block. And you can go to, and you can see our net schedule, our rules, which we really don't have any. And you can see our club officiation. No, it's just you'll see. And you can also go to, also you can sign up for our email system, which is a reminder for ham activities and specifically our nets. Or you can just send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net, and I'll answer it in a dumb way, or the best I can, or both. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. We're conducting that as always starting on 146.415 FM Simplex. And the purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, who we can hear, who we can't hear. The beauty of that is I can hear almost everyone. But you can't necessarily hear everyone because you're far north and you can't hear somebody who's south 30 miles, but I can hear you 30. You can't make the trip 60, but you can figure out who we're talking to, who I'm talking to, and you can also figure out, well, can I get my antenna higher? Because that's really the key, is higher. Not necessarily bigger, but higher. You do want to buy the best antenna you can afford, and it's within your budget, and it doesn't take money away from your family. That's kind of the key there. This is a hobby. It's not we're not running a military operation here, or we're not running a service that we get paid for. It's all obviously free. Anyway, we might want to use the net to make announcements. The only announcements I have is Michael, KM4YRF, is in the hospital today. He had surgery today. I don't know the outcome. I'm hoping it's good. He won't be on the net tonight. I just want to make sure everybody's praying for a good outcome. It was spinal surgery of some kind. I'm not real familiar with the process. Never had any. I have a spine, but I haven't heard of I don't know what the whole deal is. I'm just hoping he does well. Be good to have him back. He's got to be back. He's got to fill in for me when I'm not. I don't feel like doing it. Hold on. And of course, Michael has a net next Sunday, this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. It starts on 28.415. Upper sideband moves on to FM 10 meters and then on to FM on, well, it's not FM, it is FM. It's C4 FM in the Yaesu fusion mode. He's the only tri-mode band that I'm familiar with anywhere, at least on 10 meters. Is there any other announcements?
Right.
Go ahead.
KM4 TJF here. I'm going to give you an update. Michael had his surgery this morning. It went well. He's in the ICU overnight for observation. We shall learn some more tomorrow. So it was a success. And I have one other announcement, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
I a month ago had a CT scan on my lungs. They found an anomaly on my right lung, which is a little large for their liking. I had a PET scan today to confirm cancer. It was not. It's actually just pneumonia, and I'm better off than I thought. I appreciate everybody. We'll let you know. KM4 TJF.
Ah, very good. Just got an update from Rick. From Rick, Michael's brother, who's out in west of Ashland City. He said that Michael had the surgery. He's in ICU and for observation overnight. Seemingly went very well, and we'll get an update tomorrow. As far as Rick out there, KN4TJF, he had a CAT scan. They were concerned about some kind of an image on his lung. They re-verified it, did a CAT scan, and it's just pneumonia. They thought it was going to be cancer, but it wasn't. So we're grateful about that. Any other announcements? All righty. Tonight is net number 1,136. We're only about, what's today, the 20th? Yeah, we're about maybe 4 weeks away. I think it's the 20th or the 21st is the anniversary. We'll be starting our 12th year. So we're only a month away. So you don't want to miss that net. Well, you don't want to miss any nets unless you have better things to do, like catching up on the Flintstones or something on the TV channel. Anyway, we're starting with the West, but we'll be starting first with people short on time, mobile or first-time check-ins.
Okay, short time, no traffic, KI4SIB, KI4SOR from the Wilson County Tennessee State Fair.
Oh, awesome. How's it going out there?
Going great. Everything's under control. The sunspot's not doing me any favor as far as DXing or talking domestic even very well, but we're still plinking at it and still trying. I did make contact with the Indiana State Fair, which is one of my goals every year, and this is the 4th year running that I've done that, so that, to my mind, is a little bit of an achievement. Y'all carry on, 7-3. God bless. Talk to you when we can. KI4SIB out of the way. Thank you, Paul.
Are you using the trailer's antenna?
No, actually, we've got a dipole up on probably about 25, 30 feet off the ground on some telephone poles.
Oh, okay, very good. Sounds good.
Thank you very much. This antenna that I'm talking on the UHF VHF is managed at the trailer, yes.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, I figured it was, but I just wasn't positive. No, you're sounding real good from Lebanon. All right, that was Richard, KI4SIB, and KI4SOR, Stephanie, his bride, transmitting from the Florida State, Florida. My brain is still in Florida. The Tennessee State Fair. I've only been gone from there for 16 years. You'd think it'd be erased by now. Tennessee State Fair, over in, just over there by Lebanon. Who else is short on time, mobile, or first time checking?
KN4, TJF.
Very good, Rick. Appreciate the update on that. Oh, make sure to update me, email or some other way, please, with tomorrow.
Be hearing from me. I don't know if I have your email. I'm sure I can look it up.
You can post it to the group if you want.
There you go. I'll do that. But I will definitely keep you posted. Michael asked me to make sure he got checked in. We talked briefly yesterday, and so I'm sure I told him I would relay him.
You know, he does know this is different. It's a horizontal check-in.
Yes, I think he's aware of that. We'll let him know tomorrow.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net, Rick?
No, we appreciate what you do, Paul. Thank you very much. Everybody, thanks for the prayers, everybody.
Yeah, very good. And they're cheap. That's the beauty of it. They don't cost anything. That was Rick again over in West Ashland City. He's going to give us an update tomorrow on Michael's status. Who else is West? Oh, who else is short on time, mobile, or first time checking? Excuse me. All right, then we're starting from the West. Please come now.
KG4ILV.
Hey, got a vertical check-in, do we?
Have I got what?
You have a vertical check-in. Michael was checking in horizontally.
Yeah, let me rotate my vertical here.
You doing all right?
I'm doing great. Thanks for doing the net, Paul. I'm glad Michael's okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, all surgery is dangerous. I remember when I worked at a hospital light years ago, and they said that we did have, well, I said we did. I don't remember a lot. I do remember things, but I don't remember specifically why it came up. But they were talking about anesthesia deaths, and it's like 1 out of, I think, 100,000 people just die because they die because of an anesthesia problem in their body.
Yeah, and I know after surgeries I've had, it takes a day or two to get that anesthesia out of your body.
Yeah, I'm sure. It usually comes out the wrong end of me, then.
Well, on that note, I'll let somebody else check in. Thanks for doing it, Paul. KG4ILB.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack over in Donaldson, Davidson County, and a great signal, of course, from KG4ILV. Who else is west? Ooh, boy, I don't have a good copy on that. Who is that? All right, you're going to have have to bear with me a little bit. It's a really rough signal. I heard that I heard Alpha Juliet? Alpha Juliet 6 Tango. Oh, great. Where are you located? Oh, very good. What's your first name? You're going to have to say that a few more times. I didn't catch it. It's very, very noisy. Okay, I think I called Whiskey Alpha Lima, so I'm assuming it's Walt. Yeah, I got nothing that time. Just a couple of squelch breaks. Well, listen, I appreciate you checking in. I'm not sure. The band conditions apparently changed a little bit, but I appreciate you checking in. I just want to make sure it is Alpha Juliet 6 Tango. My name is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima, and my call is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. And we're here every Wednesday and Saturday night. Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Well, very good. I didn't catch that last part, but I'll look for it. I'll send you an email via regular email if your email's up on QRZ. So catch you later. That was, I believe it's Walt. It's Alpha Juliet 6 Tango, and I believe he's in Clarksville, if I heard that correctly. I haven't looked it up yet. Somebody might look that up for me and just verify that. Anyway, who else is West? Okay, I did look you up. I got it in there, Walt. That's Alpha Juliet 6 Tango, and he's in Clarksville. I just verified that myself. I actually can use a computer now. So, good to have you in there, boy. You had a lot of lookups, man. You've been a busy ham. That's cool. And again, it's rough to have good signals out of Clarksville. I have another ham up there. I don't have his call handy, but he has a quad beam, 4-element quad beam in his attic that he points there. Haven't heard from him a little while, but I'll let you know who that is. Anybody else west? How about south? Very good. We got Larry in there. A little rough, but I got you in there, Larry. Everything all right? Very good. Again, Larry in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is south? And over to the east.
Okay, I'm 4HQE.
Hey, Stan. Good to hear from you. You got a good signal tonight. I always expect to hear Michael first, so you beat him out tonight because he's not there.
Oh, where's Michael?
Oh, he had his surgery on his. He had some spinal surgery today.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep, and we just heard earlier. You must have missed it. His brother Rick says he was in observation overnight in the ICU, and we'll get an update tomorrow. He should be fine though.
Yeah, I hope everything turns out well for him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that. Anything good for the Nets, Stan?
No, that's all, Paul. Back to net. Okay, I'm 4HQE.
Yeah, very good. That's Stan. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is? Where was it? East.
And 4RTR.
And 4RT. How are you doing tonight?
Just fine and dandy. Another nothing fancy Wednesday at work. I'm just here trying to unwind after managing a bunch of people at work.
I always found, I actually liked managing people. I know that might sound a little weird, but I kind of enjoyed it.
Well, I love managing people and teaching people, but it stresses me out when I get the calls from corporate that says, hey, your driver got a complaint from so-and-so here on this interchange that he was trying to merge with traffic and he was a little aggressive and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff I really hate. At the same time, I'd much
yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, managing problems can be a little stressful, I'll say. But generally speaking, I enjoy it because, I learned in one of my first jobs, my first management jobs, that the best option for managing it properly is to delegate all those things that you can and put responsibility at its lowest level possible. The company I worked for, they had that same policy, and that's really where I learned that. And that way you can kind of sit back, and if you've written a policy manual and everybody knows the procedures, the problems come down to a bare minimum.
Yes, and that's where I'm ultimately trying to go here, because I'm not even supposed to be managing all these people. I just kind of got thrown into the role after our branch manager got canned. So I'm just treading water, and hopefully soon enough I'll actually be teaching people how to do stuff correctly, and someone higher up will be dealing with the public relations crap, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I agree. But it's an experience that you can use in the future for obviously good for your own aggrandizement, I'll call it.
Well, as a civil engineer, I'd rather just converse with contractors and architects and owners and stick my head in the soil, dirt, concrete, and rock. Not do much for anything else. But that's really all I know, and I don't want to take too much more time up on the net.
All right, very good, Wes. Good to hear from you. Are you at your home station tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm at the home station. Power is about 70% of the little mobile unit that's on a home power supply.
It's doing great. Doing a good job for you. That was Wes, November 4, Romeo, Tango Romeo, and he's over near Lebanon. Who else is east?
Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Whiskey.
Hey, Blair. Everything going well?
Yeah, everything's going great.
Oh, man, it can't be that good.
Well, I'm going to have an adult beverage after we talk, so that makes it better.
Well, better that than having a few before than that. I've known people to do that. Not here. If they've done it, I'm not aware of it. But I've heard it in other locations. It doesn't go well.
No, I don't think it would. But then again, after a few of them, it'd be really hard to tune your radio.
Yeah, it's true. But, well, you can imagine. Well, again, that being inebriated in most situations is not the best plan.
No, and I don't get inebriated. I keep it to one, and that's it.
Yep. It almost makes, even when you have one, you go, was that even necessary?
Sometimes, yes. I guess it depends how you feel when you get up in the morning.
I'm with you. Anything good going on?
No, not really. I enjoyed my time at the Ham Fest down there in Huntsville. There's a lot of stuff down there.
It is almost overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah, and isn't the one in Dayton and the one in Florida even bigger than this?
Florida may be bigger. I haven't been there in a number of years. I went to that Florida event a couple of times, but that was prior to 2010. So it could be dramatically different now. But the one in Dayton, I've not been to that one, but I understand it's substantially bigger than either.
I might have to give that one a try, just to say I experienced it one time.
I guess. I remember knowing when I first got in ham radio 20 years ago, I had somebody tell me, hey, we're going up to Dayton. I said, well, and I didn't know what was going on. And they go, oh, yeah, it's the big ham fest of the whole planet. Okay, cool. And I said, what's going on? They said, well, a lot of equipment. You can get great deals on equipment, new equipment. I went, so you're going to drive from Florida. You're going to drive, 800 miles so you can save $50. Didn't make any sense to me.
It's kind of the attitude that even if you don't need it, if you buy it on sale, you save money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, I just thought it was funny because people, I'll just use it this way. People, not just hams, but everybody, they can have a reason, a good reason to buy it, and they also rationalize a reason why they need it.
Yeah, it's amazing what we can rationalize and put our minds to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost bragging. I asked the question one time: who would pay 10,000 or 12, whatever the biggest, baddest ICOM radio that was available at the time? Who would pay 10,000 or 12,000 for a radio? And they go, why would you do that? Now, I wasn't asking somebody who owned it. The person who answered, who had been around a while, he goes, just bragging rights. That's the only good reason.
Well, apparently people will buy it or they wouldn't make it. So I'm sure more than a few of those are sitting around collecting dust because somebody just had to have it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that people who be a very active ham would make good use of a really high-end radio if they're a big contester or that kind of stuff. And again, if they got the money, I don't begrudge them doing it.
No, if you can afford it, more power to you.
Yep. Anything else, Blair?
That'll do it.
Very good. That's Blair. Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Whiskey here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? And up to the north.
KG4 Juliet.
Hey, I was talking to, sorry, Danny. I was talking to David up in White House earlier before the net, and he said that he made a 220 antenna, that flower pot antenna, and he goes, work, and it did. He was talking to me. He said, it worked great for him.
Oh, yeah. I made a 6-meter one, but I guess because y'all are horizontal, I don't know.
I'm guessing that's the reason. You know what I ought to do is I ought to make a vertical one just like you did, and then maybe we can see what's going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's real simple to make. It's RG58 and DVC pipe.
Is that plan easy to find on the web for a flower pot antenna?
Yeah, it's VK something is the website, and then there's 2 or 3 YouTube videos about it.
Cool. I don't know. Sounds good though. Yeah, we'll have to try that sometime because I know I can hear you on 6 meters, but it's not a strong signal.
Right.
Very good. Is that antenna? What's it? Do you know what wattage it's rated for, or is it just a standard 100 watt?
All it is RZ58 coax.
That's right. And plus, the end of it's stripped off.
Right.
That's cool though.
So, whatever RG58 is rated for.
I'm pretty sure it's got a rating of 100 watts or better.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else for the net there, Danny?
No, I'll get you on the next one.
Very good. That's Danny in Station Camp, Kilo Delta 4, Golf, Oscar, November. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
Did you ever hear of that flower pot antenna, Mark?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never made one.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I will. We'll see. I keep saying things like that and I don't do it, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it in an old ARRL antenna book somewhere. So that's what I'll have to dig it out and find it.
Well, I've got a 20-year-old antenna book. Maybe it's in there too, from the ARRL.
Yep. Yeah, I'll find it. I always enjoyed building antennas, so I have to get on it. I built a 10-meter antenna halfway, but it doesn't work any better than my horizontal.
Oh. Well, what you know, but yeah, I was going to say it. I stutter when I say this because when I was up before I came here, it was around 2010 or 11. I came here in 12. I said I'm going to build a 10-meter Moxon and put it up in the attic. I had a 2.5-story attic. I mean, the house was 2.5 stories. So we've been in a good location up there. And I went out and I bought some, I think, just so I could really make a nice one, I bought some number 8 wire. It's just sitting out here in the garage right now, that number 8 wire, all coiled up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of great big rolls of, I guess it's 14, that I think I bought last time I went to Dayton, and that had to be 25 years ago.
Were you going to make a long wire out of it?
I've used a bunch of it, but it's I don't know. It's kind of like gummy bears. The more you chew, the bigger they get.
Yeah. I've used the better part of a 500-foot reel, I think it's number 12 for for because I put up a half wave 80, no half wave 160. It would be a full wave 80 in the backyard.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do something on 160, and I've got the space and I've got the trees. I just can't reach the top of it.
Well, that's the dilemma of unless you could just do it, you know, with one of them potato launchers or whatever they call them.
Yeah, I've been looking at those. I just know that if I bought one, I'd get in trouble with it.
I'll have to find. I've got a video that I took of a guy using one of those things, and we were working at a fort up in western New York, and it was the Fort Niagara, and we were putting up an antenna where the center of it, I think we were putting up a dipole, and the center of it was getting to the top of this lighthouse. Well, it's a really comical video to me. I don't know where I have it. I'll have to look. And he's back in. He's standing off the one side. And he really didn't do any calculations or angles. And I got him. He's holding the launcher, and he goes forward a few steps and looks, and like 10 steps. And then he backs up 20 steps and he looks again, and he's holding, and then he looks. He's moving back and forth like he could actually gauge it. Just he did finally launch it, and everything was fine. But it's just funny him trying to in his head figure what the best position was.
Yeah. Well, years ago, when the spud guns were all the rage, we used to have spud gun wars. And out at the lake, we'd all get in our little rowboats and then try to shoot at each other. That's back in the days when you used a can of hairspray for fuel. Remember that?
No, I never used one of those. No. We did different crazy things. I just mentioned spud guns. I'm going to go back to my Navy days real quick. You mentioned spud wars. On a ship, the potatoes were kept in lockers, not too far different than a locker you'd find in a high school. They were two-tiered lockers, and they stored them in there so they could be in an area, aired out all the time rather than rotting down in some hole. But they were unlocked. I don't know why. They shouldn't be unlocked. And so when we would pull up alongside ships at sea, where we would do these maneuvers where they'd only be they'd be 100 feet from us, transferring materials or transferring men while we're moving. Which was a dangerous operation. Well, if you weren't involved with that, our sister ship would pull up alongside, and somebody would invariably start a potato fight, and there'd be potatoes. And from the bridge, they couldn't see who's throwing the potatoes, at least on our ship. So you're throwing potatoes at people on the other ship. It's an American warship. We're firing potatoes at each other. I always thought it was hilarious.
Yep. That falls into the category of boys will be boys, and that's okay. You had to let off a little steam somewhere.
No, it was always funny. Always funny. Because you think you guys did that in the military? Yes, we did. Yes, we did, and we were proud of it. In fact, in some cases, outside of view of the bridge, there would be some mooning of each other too.
Yep. Well, I'm sure there was a lot of that going on. That was a popular thing to do. In fact, I went to visit a friend's house one time, and her husband said, "Come look at this." And he took me upstairs to their bathroom, opened the door, and there was far off in the distance picture of me mooning her from a dock in the Bahamas, and it was pretty hysterical, actually.
I guess so. Anything else other than that there, Mark?
Nope. Those days are long gone, though. But anyway, carry on. I'll listen. WB0NOO.
Oh no! At this point, if I had to do that and bend over at the same time, I'd probably fall over.
Oh, I'd have been off the dock for sure.
That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. Anybody else north?
Whiskey 4 November, Papa.
Hey, Dave, what's up?
Well, I got tickled listening to the spud gun stories there. Boy, I built many of those. My dad used to own
own plumbing company, so I had access to lots of PVC pipes, and I can't remember how many different sizes and everything that we built those spud guns with, but we had a good time with them. And yeah, and hairspray was the ticket for launching potatoes or anything else you could stuff down the barrel. But yeah, doing good over here. Glad to see that the weather has got a little bit cooler. How are you doing?
Oh, I went outside this afternoon. It was just so nice this afternoon. It was what my mother always would call balmy weather. It was just great.
Yes, sir. That's supposed to be even a little cooler next week, so looking forward to that. But all right, carry on. See, are you doing the 220 net tonight?
Yep, immediately following next we're doing the 446 415, and then 228 415, and then the 220 net, which would probably be somewhere around 9 o'clock. By the way, I had a silly question about those spud guns. You didn't use schedule 20 PVC, did you? It was always schedule 80?
Well, it was whatever the schedule was, schedule 40 or schedule 80, whatever it used for drain line pipe. But I found out early on that the compression chamber, the combustion chamber, I guess you could call it, you really needed to wrap it several times with some duct tape just in case it exploded.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But if it was schedule 80, well, I don't really know what would happen. The rating on schedule 80, if my memory serves me correctly, is 300 psi. But technically, with a little explosion, you could exceed the 300 at least instantaneously.
Yeah, and if you have any that's had much UV exposure too, I'm sure that rating goes down quite a bit.
I'll bet. Well, anything else for the net, David?
No, I'll listen and try to check in with the following nets. W4NP.
Very good. That's David, Whiskey 4 November Papa, only one November Papa in the White House. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie, Victor Echo.
Hello, Greg. Sound great?
Yep, sounding good. Except I'm offended. I was part of the Save the Spuds campaign. And think about the ozone with all that hairspray.
Yeah, well, you come to realize that nobody really cares about that ozone layer.
Yeah, that was worried. We were worried about that at the same time that they were calling for an ice age.
Yeah, well, silly. Yeah, it is. For the sake of argument, doing that is dangerous. You could. I'm sure that somebody's gotten seriously injured using those spud guns. I'm sure of it. I've never heard of anybody.
I found out something yesterday. I was watching them take out my trash, and the guy reaches in and grabs a fire extinguisher and throws it back in my yard. Apparently, you're not supposed to throw those away.
Oh, is that right? It was a refillable type, obviously.
No, I mean, it was just an old, the cheapie that you mount next to your fridge or whatever. But, yeah, apparently you're supposed to just take those and dispose of them properly.
What does that mean? It's just a piece of metal.
Yeah, the chemicals.
Well, I guess, but you know what? You put it in a black plastic bag and you dump it in the dumpster at the convenience center.
Well, if I put it, depending on where I put it in the trash, they wouldn't see it anyway. So I'll probably end up, throwing it out. But then I have a jug of oil that I need to. Do you mind picking all this stuff up?
No, I'm not going to pick it up. But no, I think that the convenience centers have that. At least they have a time when you can turn in oil and other combustible materials, or I'll just say hazardous material.
Yeah, but going there is not convenient.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, comment.
Up there, Resource Authority on Steam Plant Road, where you can take your trash, they got those tanks where you can just go up there and pour it in.
Is that right?
Just letting you know.
Yeah, I mean it's like a third of a gallon. It's not much. It was the previous resident left it behind.
Oh, okay. We'll do it.
You can come pick that up, Danny.
Yeah, no, Okay, I'm going to give you a clue. Nobody's going to come pick it up there, Greg.
Well, maybe it'll be biodegradable eventually.
Well, you're talking about oil, right?
Yeah, I put it in a. He apparently changed his oil or something and left it in a pan, and I put it in a milk jug. So, again, I could be bad and just throw it in the trash, but I don't want to do that.
Well, to be clear, oil is biodegradable. It's just that they don't want you putting it in the ground.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably do it right, or have Jenny do it. I'll make her do it. I'll put it in her SUV and tell her what she needs to do.
That's right. Give it to her, and now it's your problem. Anyway, anything else for the net?
No, I'll delegate. Katie for CV.
That's Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo, and he's up in Hendersonville. Who else is Nora?
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India.
Hello, Daniel. What's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. I was just thinking about those. We used to take those. We'd use tennis balls and those spud guns, and we could rent those little Hobie Cat sailboats in San Diego Bay, and we'd go out there and shoot each other until the company that rented us found out about it, and then they'd come and take the boats back.
Yeah, but you weren't hurting anything, were you?
One time, one of the tennis balls was on fire and hit the sail. That wasn't a good thing.
Oh, I see. You lit them on fire. Oh, that's cool. What'd you soak them with? Lighter fluid?
We usually used hairspray, and one guy didn't have any hairspray, so he brought some lighter fluid, and he just threw that in there, and it went out as a flaming ball.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you're right. Boys will be boys, won't they?
Oh, yeah. But I tell you what, on those, on the antenna, putting an antenna over a tree, I got a wrist rocket with an orange practice casting weight and some orange fly line leader, and I just shoot it up over the tree with my wrist rocket. That works really well.
I have not done that, although I have used the ancient method, the David Slew Goliath method.
Yeah, wrapping on a tennis ball and throwing it up over it.
No, I would find a fairly heavy shackle or something on the end of a line and swing it, and release it. After 7 tries, get it up over where I wanted it.
Oh, yeah, wear yourself out doing that. I got, if it's not a big tree, you can just use the fishing line or the fishing pole. It does pretty good, too.
Right. No, for a large, well, you would need some kind of a propulsion system for some of the trees. Well, I've heard people using bow and arrow, too. I've never done that.
Drones.
Say that again, Greg?
Drones would be great.
I missed that. What would be great? I missed the word.
Drones, like we see over in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, drones would be fantastic. Greg, what did you say would be better? I'm not Greg. I'm sorry. Daniel, what did you say?
Yeah, those drones would be great. I don't know, we'd throw them up over there. I don't know about a bow and arrow, though, man. My brother, we had bow and arrow, and he used to shoot them things straight up in the air and try to get where they land, He's lucky he didn't stab himself through the head with those.
I'm familiar with that game, and it's not fun.
Yeah, it's a game that I don't play.
No, I did that one time in an open field. It was a cornfield. It was already, the stubble was almost down to nothing. Shot it straight up in the air. I don't know whether a wind gust caught it. Never did find the arrow.
Oh yeah, they're not easy to find.
No, I thought it was funny. No big deal though. Anything else for the net?
Oh no, thank you for doing what you do. I'm going to be on. I only got horizontal for my 10 meters, so I'll try to get you guys.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to grab us on that horizontal. Even though I'm vertical, but I'm pretty sure the distance we are, we'll do fine. That was Daniel, Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar, Mike, Indy, and Hendersonville. Who else is north?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
Hello, Hayes. Anything good going on up there in your portion of Hendersonville?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. I'm playing Streets of Indian Lake tomorrow. If anyone feels like coming out to the town square.
Let's see. Tomorrow is Thursday night. What time does that start? I don't think I can go, but tell me again.
It starts at 6:30. It's right in the town square. It's all ages show, but the band is playing there. And we got a 14-year-old drummer. That's our singer's son. So he's in band, and he's playing the whole set with us.
Cool. cool. You know, I realized I have a distant relative. I was reminded again today because he's on Facebook. I've never even met the guy, but he's my. So here, you know how his families go. This is my grandfather's brother, who was a great uncle, and it's his son's son. He's a sax player professionally, and he plays for a lot of events. You know, a lot of those shows and stuff on Broadway.
His son's son, so that's probably your second cousin, right?
I believe that's correct. I believe it is. But I think you know as well as I do, you know how good you got to be to play like on Broadway. You got to be great. You know, you have to be a perfectionist.
You said he plays sax on Broadway. There aren't that many guys that play sax on Broadway.
Well, he plays in I'm pretty sure it's a saxophone. I'll have to look again. Like I said, I've never even met the fellow. I talked to him one time on in texting, but he said we'd get together, but we never have. I just got a kick out of the fact that his whole family, his father was who was my father's cousin. You know, his father was my father's cousin, and he was a professor of music at Fredonia University in New York, and all of his kids seem to be in music as well.
Yeah, roger that. I haven't played down on Broadway for about 2 or 3 years. The last guy I knew that would have me play with him down there left, and if you're not sticking around down there, you'll be forgotten about pretty quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you misunderstood. I meant Broadway in New York City, playing in the plays for the live music on a Broadway show.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm so used to hearing Broadway. Yeah, I bet he is really good. It sounds like it, man. So I guess I've been here too long, man.
No, you got me going there for a minute. I was going, yeah, he's probably, if he can make it. Well, again, as we've mentioned before, there's an awful lot of fantastic musicians in the greater Nashville area who are probably, in some cases, equal capacity to work on Broadway. I mean,
a lot of it's by ear. You know all the tunes and you can improvise, but he's probably, doing a bunch of sight reading and stuff like that. I'm not that great of a sight reader, but anyway, yeah. Other than that, I'm just trying to beat the heat. We went down to the lake, might go to the fair, and I just got stuff with the kids this week. And other than that, I'm going to be busy till about Saturday. I'll have some time to relax. But hey, I won't rag to you too much longer there, Paul. And I'll let you get back to net. I'm K4PW. This is November 8th, November Hotel Tango Hayes, and I'll say back to net, my friend.
Very good, Hayes. I hope to make one of your events one of these days. Next time you're playing like on a Sunday night or a Monday night. It have to be Sunday night, I guess, as long as the XYL's working. It's going to be tough to do. She wants to go. I told her about you, and she said, I'd love to. Anyway, that's November 8th, November Hotel Tango. He's in Hendersonville. His name is Hayes. Who else is north?
KE4TWI.
Hello, Mr. West. Anything good going on in your sector?
No, I'm out in the truck. I had everything unplugged. And if there's even a slight chance, I'll unplug it. Nope. Things are cooling down, and it's a quiet night in Possumtown, Tennessee.
Yeah, like I said, if you heard me earlier, just that went out this afternoon around 6, and it just felt so nice out compared to the 99 degree the other day.
Yeah, before you know it, it'll be so cold you won't be able to ride your bike.
Yeah, it's going to be. That's all right. You know me. Just put on 2 sweaters and have at it. Anything else for the net?
Nope. Back to you, KE4TWI.
Yep, that's Wes. He is in Possumtown. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is north?
November Mike 1 Mike. Mark in Gallatin.
Hey, Mark. I'm actually getting used to that call. You're doing great.
I'm working on getting used to it myself.
Yeah, very good. No, it's really good. It's some calls are just more difficult. Remember I told you that guy that had, I think I told you, that his call was Whiskey Tango 2 Tango Tango. I looked him up, realized he's a silent key. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Oh, that's a shame. Unfortunately, we just had a guy pass away from our BibleNet, and we had this silent key ceremony. It was pretty good.
Who was that? I think I heard about that, but who was it?
That was Willie.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, I did not know that. I just wasn't aware of it. Oh, that's too bad. But he wasn't too young, was he?
No, he had a few years on him. Great guy. But, yeah, I'm just convalescing here after a hot day. Got to talk to the grandson, who is 13 weeks old, and just got off that, so jumped on here. So I'll be back to you.
Yeah, babies are cool, ain't they?
It's great being a grandparent because we can pass them back when they get cranky.
Yeah, well, they're still cool though. I mean, you're. I think every time somebody gets a child or a grandchild, they turn to mush usually because they just can't believe how cute they are and how precious they are.
Well, of course, ours is the cutest there is, so there's just no comparison.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is you go, wow, this is better than anything I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I won't mush too much more on the phone. Here, I'll just back to you, back to net control.
Yeah, very good. Well, I had a special. It was Mark, November, Mike, one Mike. I had a really neat. I say a neat job. I was maintenance director for a hospital, but it was a women's hospital where they did anywhere from 400 to 500 births a month. So it was a busy place with lots of beaming fathers, and I did work up in the intensive care nursery, and so I got to see the babies were pretty close, and even the regular babies, and just babies everywhere. It was like a McDonald's of babies, and so you just got a kick out of it, seeing all the babies. I didn't get tired of it ever. Just babies are cool, Anyway, that was Mark, November 1. One Mike, and he's in. Forgot where he was already. Lebanon? Is that where you are? No, you're in. No, I forget. Tell me again. Say again, Mark. I'm sorry.
Gallatin.
Yes, Gallatin. I was going to make a mistake anyway. I was going to say Goodlettsville, but it's not. I got to remember it's Gallatin. Very good. It's Mark and Gallatin. November Mike, 1 Mike. Who else is north?
Katie Moore, VUW, Carlin.
Hello, Carlin. Anything good going on up there in Angeltown? I know it's a busy place.
Yeah, we got all this heavy traffic, all these skyscrapers and stuff standing around up here. I don't know.
All those big cranes and everything must be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the problems is that, I moved here to Nashville, and the next thing I know, I'm watching all these cranes go up in all kinds of buildings. I go, wow, I can't believe how much they got going on right now.
Yeah, it's a mess. Glad I ain't riding around in that mess down there doing service calls. I've been down there once since they built all the gulch in down there and stuff. I just can't imagine going on calls down there and all that mess.
Yep. Well, it's one of those things, it depends on what time you go down there. I get down there occasionally to go to the VA or for some other reason. Can't think of any particular one, but I've been down there a few times. I've been down there several times a year. And it depends on what time of day you go, but it can be busy.
Yeah. One big mess. I don't know. Well, I've been out this evening. Boy, it's cool. They're saying 56 for a low Tuesday. I like, sheesh. The air is running right now. I'd imagine here maybe a couple of more little old cycles and it'll stop for the night. There was a couple of nights here a couple of days ago. I was actually turning it off. I just felt kind of chilly, and I just turned it off, left it off. I was like, I don't need that. I think it's where I've been out, where I've been out in the sun mowing, be out there about 3.5 hours at a time or something, and I've kind of adjusted to that heat and stuff. And I don't know, I've been out all this work, where they're doing the weather warn there on Channel 4 and stuff. I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess if you get out and you get used to it, it don't bother you. So, I don't know. You got to think about those people that's out there. Think about that. Asphalting a highway in those kind of temperatures. I'm just like, golly.
Yeah, the difficulty there is the requirements, I believe, if OSHA requirements. It's the same for roofers. If you're pouring something hot and liquid like that with tar and asphalt, you have to wear long pants and long sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, golly. So, I don't know. It's been, I did notice there here the last couple of years, though, it seemed like they got where they're on the interstate stuff, when they're doing that kind of stuff, they're kind of doing it at night. And I was thinking, that's a wise move, less traffic and cooler.
Yeah, that's got to be a better way to do it for certain. You got anything else for the net, Carlin?
Don't get sold there. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope Michael gets out and then does better. So, I don't know. Anyway, hope you're doing okay, too. So I'll shut up and turn it back over to you and let you get some more check-ins. Katie4VW, Angeltown, Bethpage.
Yep, that's Carlin. He's in Angeltown, Bethpage area. Kilo Delta 4 Victor, Uniform Whiskey. Who else is north?
KN4, ERI, Eric, mobile.
Man, you've been out and about, I take it.
Yeah, I'm a working man.
Listen, you may be able to fool your XYL, but we know better.
Maybe. But no, yeah, I've been working. I'm just heading back. I was with my sister out, doing a little work at her house. She got it up for sale, and I was with the wife out earlier, too. So yeah, I'm going. How you doing, Paul? Did you get your radio working?
Yes, I did. I'll tell you what, you're really scratchy right now. I must be in a bad location for the mobile, but yeah, it's getting better. I'm not sure what I got to do here at the moment. But still has some problems, though, even though I'll tell you more. There's more detail than I have to explain on the air here. But everything else going okay?
Yep, sure is. I'll let you continue on. Good talking to you. KN4ERI, back to net.
Yep, that's Eric, Kilo November 4 Echo Romeo India, mobile, normally in Goodlettsville. Who else is north? Okay, we're going to move on.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
North is pretty strong. I think we need more delegates. And don't be expecting some gerrymandering.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Yeah, North is carrying the load here on here, aren't they?
Yeah, so we get more say than anybody else.
I would suggest that would be correct. In fact, one of you is going to have to take net control pretty soon.
Woo! I've got to go. KD4 TV.
No, I always notice that because the North is really a monster of the Midway in terms of, look at, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half of the check-ins today are north of the river or the lake, whichever we're calling it today. Anyway, hold on one second. Hey. Drop something so you guys can't tell what I'm doing now. So all we can see there is the radio. Something's wrong with that. Why that one camera? It's plugged in, I thought, but maybe not. Alrighty. I guess right now we're going to be looking for dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lacquers, repeater, chunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, moon occupied by aliens, and those that deny it, moon people, other nations living on the backside of the moon, they're mining things up there to make them better than us. Flat earthers and the flat earth deniers, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end-time survivalists, Bigfoot believers, and those that there's no such thing as an unbeliever in Bigfoot since they can't disprove a negative. Any of those people showing up?
KE4, be easy. Just lack of time management. How's that?
Hey, you sounded good there, Earl. Anything good going on?
Well, I made it across town and picked up some victuals for the pantry and daggone made it home before the net was over. So, yeah, everything's hunky-dory over here in Stick City. How about up there in country music land? Oh, what's his name? Charlie Daniels, rest in peace.
Yeah, that's right, man. Oh, good old Charlie Daniels. And I think he was known worldwide, you know that?
Yeah, he was known so far wide that he had to change his fiddler lyrics to make it, well, anyway, you know that story probably as well as I do.
No, I don't, but I'll have to look it up. Anything good for the net?
Well, other than getting too hot, I was out there last week and came in and inside out. I didn't realize I was so hot until I started trying to get cooled off, and I kind of cooled off too fast, I think. It took me 3 days to recover from partial heat stroke, but anyway, I survived it. Hang in tight and daggone, try not to get too hot out there in the conditions as they are today, or tomorrow, or, well, we're on the backside now. Days are getting shorter, and fall is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's getting better. I mean, this evening was warm. It was cooling down some, which was a real pleasure. And I guess it's like Carlin just said it's supposed to get down to 56 next Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what they say. But depending on how long it's going to take to get there from 80, and how long it's going to stay there, well, they don't tell that story. Walter Cronkite, rest in peace. He don't tell the rest of the story like no one else.
Well, very good. Anything good? Anything else good?
No. Well, I'm above ground breathing, and everyone else out there is too. So, God bless America. KE4DEZ 73, y'all. If you can hear me, if not, well, turn your preamp on. I'm doing the best I can with what little bit I got. Ho ho, happy, and maybe that'll make you giggle a little bit. I don't know.
Well, you're doing a great job here, Earl. You're bouncing up around around S4, S5. You're doing with a good audio, so you're doing great. That was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. He's over there on the east side of us. And Noreen on the east side of Cedars 11 and Park. Anybody else before we jump over to 70 centimeters? All right, that's where we're going. 446, 415 FM. 446, 415 FM. I'm going there unless I hear somebody scream. All right, that's where we're going. 446, 415. This is K4PEW on 446, 415. Looking for check-ins we'll start again, from the west. Please come now.
KG4 LV.
Yeah. You ought to just pretend that you're Greg and answer, and then you can answer it yourself.
There's a thought.
Very good. We got Jack and Donaldson, Kilo Go 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west? Nobody else west. I don't think that fella from that AJ6T is going to be good on 70 centimeters from Clarksville. That'd be a little rough, unless he's got a 40 element beam or something. Anybody else west or south? Nobody south. Who's east? Very good. We've got Stan in there, KM4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Lebanon. Who else is east? All right, north.
421.
Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. That's Danny. Good signal from Station Camp. Who else is north?
Take you 4 or Mike.
Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India Daniel and Hendersonville. Anybody else?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Very good. We got Greg and up in, he wanted to say Antioch. It's like a phrase I can't get rid of. Up in Hendersonville, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is north? Anybody else north? Okay, we're missing Mike, so that would have made, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're missing a few people here on 70 centimeters. Everybody else out there besides nobody?
Oscar 4, Sierra Whiskey.
Ah, very good. We got Blair in there. Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Whiskey. He fills it in, and Mike would have filled it out for, well, it'd be 8. We usually get 8 or 9 on 70 centimeters. That's why I say that. We don't get half the number of people we do on 2-meter check-in. Anybody else out there tonight?
84 VW.
Ah, very good. That rounds it out pretty good. You sound good, Carl. A little scratchy, but I got a good copy on you. That's Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Anybody else? How about Wes? Anybody here from Wes in Possum Town? I'll have to ask him if he gets up on another frequency. I'm not hearing him at all. Usually I know he can get on 446. Anybody else out there before we move on? Alrighty, we had 8 there on 70 centimeters, moving over to 28.415. We'll see you there unless I hear somebody screaming. Alright, 28.415 is where we're going. Alrighty, we're here on 28.415, looking for check-ins from wherever I started. West, please come down.
Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor.
Yeah, big booming signal tonight there, Jack. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west? How about south? How about east? All right, we got Stan, KM4 Hotel Quebec Echo in Lebanon. Who else is east? Very good. We got Blair, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Sierra Whiskey here in Mount Juliet. Who else? East, that is. How about north?
KD4 Dylan.
All right, we got a good grid signal at Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Were you see you do fine with that antenna.
Yeah, that's just my hand fix.
Yeah, it does great. Anyway, that's Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Who else is north? That was Danny up in Station Camp. Anybody else north? Hold on one second. We had 2 Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Greg in Hendersonville, and we had Mark Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. Both good signals. Who else is north?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
All right, I had 2 in there, but I only caught the 1 because Mr. Big Antenna, Big Signal Hayes wiped him out. November 8, November Hotel Tango. You sounded good tonight, Hayes. Who else is in there?
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India.
Ah, very good. Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Mike India. That's Daniel in Hendersonville. Anybody else?
November Mike 1 Mike.
November Mike 1 Mike. That would be Mark in Gallatin. If I'm going to get this right one of these days. I did have that right, didn't I?
QSL?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Memory's getting slim these days. Anyway, good signal from Mike. Mark, excuse me, Mark. Got too many M's in there. I'm thinking about Mike. Who else is north or anywhere? November 4. I'm sorry, Whiskey 4. November Papa's Dan. Aren't you the one who said you had the different antenna?
Well, I'm horizontal on a wire, so having a bit of a hard time copying you. Kind of down in the noise level, but got a little bit on you.
Well, I'm copying you very well, David.
Well, I'm running a little bit of power too.
Okay, well, you've got a good signal. It's not a big, strong signal. I mean, I can hear the audio is perfect to my ears wearing a headset, but it's very quiet, and you've got a good audio. So, yeah, as far as receive, yeah, you're going to have difficulty, I think, with me on the vertical and you on the horizontal. But anyway, you're doing great.
All right, very good.
All righty, that was number 11, Whiskey 4 November Papa, and that was David in White House. Anybody else? I think that may be it. We're looking for number 12. If you're coming, come now. Yeah, I hear noises in the background, but they're not for us. All right, appreciate it. We got 11 checked in there on 10 meters tonight, which is pretty decent, and 8 on 70 centimeters and 21 on 2 meters. So it was a pretty big night for, I don't know, it's a good night. No, they're all good nights. Doesn't matter who checks in. Just I remember when there was only me, and then the next night it was only me and somebody else. So it's just funny how it's grown over the last stinking 14, well, no, excuse me, the last 11 years. It will be 12 in a month. So we'll see over on 220. If you got them, I'd say smoke them, but that means you'd be smoking the finals. We don't want to do that. K4 PW, closing the net. Bye.